The moment that Cartwright King, the post office's go-to legal firm, said that Gareth Jenkins was not a reliable witness, or was not giving reliable evidence, his doom was sealed. And Jenkins was the former chief IT architect, and now he's being investigated by the Metropolitan Police for probable perjury. And partly because the statements that he gave were contradicted by a report that was not disclosed before, particularly the trial of Seema Misra. So the report made it quite clear that there was a bug in the system which allowed modifications and changes to be made to the amount of money, to the receipts and payments and so on. It's called the Horizon bug. It's known as the receipts payments mismatch issue. But there's so many issues, partly because, as we found yesterday, the Horizon software was written by people who didn't really know how to code. It was written by incompetents. And having paid so much money for this second-rate work, the post office determined, instead of pursuing some sort of court case to get their money back and get the work redone or get the work done by somebody else, they decided to knuckle down and insist that everything was fine. Such a stupid choice. But it is a choice nevertheless. And Jenkins seems to have been at least partly behind that spirit, having flagged up significant data integrity concerns about tampering and about the moral implications of the post office's changing branch data without informing the branch, and then insisting in court that individuals like Seema Misra were absolutely culpable. It's an alarming revelation, but Jenkins comes across in all the reports as a snivelling individual anyway, and so the fact that we finally seem to have a smoking gun should come as no great surprise. I don't think it's the only smoking gun we're going to find. I think there's going to be so many of them. It's going to be like the Wild West. And because the post office has been trigger happy and has seen the postmasters and postmistresses as the appropriate casualties in their war of reconciling fact with fiction. And I don't think they're entirely to blame. This is the point, because the spirit of what the post office is doing, or has been doing, is exactly what the present government is doing in the Home Office. It's trying to reconcile the fiction of Rwanda, for example, with the fact that Rwanda is not a safe country, that the issue will not act as a suitable deterrent, and that the money that was wasted could easily have been spent on building consulate offices in the north of France, for example, that would immediately deter and stop any form of small boats. And the nonsense of that pig-headedness is a spirit that has been long in public office. It starts with it started before, but it became vocal with Theresa May's hostile environment. And the post office certainly knew of problems way back in 2009 and probably before that. So there is no hiding from this. The dirt will out, but I don't think Gareth Jenkins will be the only person with dirt on his hands and to being found or to be identified as somebody who is a snivelling wretch.